I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors.
Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Kemp and I live in Indiana, southern Indiana area. So I'm happy to have you here. I am married. My husband's name is Larry and Kemp, and we have two little children. Kinsley is 3 and Lakin, our little boy, is 1. He's like 15 months. So he is super duper active. He gets into literally everything, and yeah, it's such a big difference going from having a girl first and then having a boy, because I feel like I had it easy. She would get into stuff, but she was maybe not. Yeah, just the difference between boys and girls dynamics, it's crazy. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here today. I'm not sure how I feel about this video, because I first of all want to say this. Just know that anything I say is just things I have learned that work for us. This is not saying this is better than anyone else's. I'm not saying this is like the only way to do things. I've just had so many people message me and ask me when they see me, whatever, like people asking me tips about just how to get things done, how to how to get all the things done, plus like how life when you have little children can be hard sometimes, to be able to like get social life in, or just to not feel overwhelmed when you have little ones. And I only have 2, so I definitely don't feel like an expert by any means, but I have learned a few things that I feel help me just kind of keep my sanity in the middle of also like having my own side business, and which I cater, by the way. So if you are in my area and you don't know that, we started a catering business last fall, and I love it so much. We did our first wedding in February, so yeah, I really love working with food. So that is something that I'm very passionate about, and I for like I owe it to my mom. I know that she always says, "Oh, you make stuff that I never made," but I owe it to her for teaching me the spirit of hospitality and the just like loving to work with food and making food, because I loved it. Like, I grew up doing it, and it just, I don't know, like it was just ingrained in me, or like how you would even say that, but I loved it, and it just kind of went with me. And finally, my sister caters, and she lives in Kansas, and so she was probably the one that gave me the motivation and the push to like do it myself as well. So yeah, I guess shout out to my mom and sister for being that amazing support and help with that. Off on a bunny trail, that was not even scripted. Not that anything I say is, but so I want to get right into this and give you guys a couple tips that I've learned that help me with just living life with toddlers and trying to be efficient. So I have 8 things listed here on my phone that I feel like help me just stay more like on the ball, get my work done, or everything to blend together and work out better. So I think I have like 8 things. I guess we'll see if more gets added in the mix, but stay tuned for the end of this video, because I will be putting on an update of our upstairs, our newly remodeled upstairs, and versus how it was 1 year ago when we got possession of this place. So stay for that at the end of this chatty part. So first of all, one thing that I've found that helps me tremendously to not stress during the week is if I like to do this like Sunday afternoon. Sometimes I do it Monday mornings, but usually I like to do it Sundays. And that is to plan out my week. And I know, like, for some people that are like, I never plan my week, whatever. That's okay. You don't have to plan out your week, but I don't plan it out to a T. Like, I often do. There's a lot of times that things come up during the week. Oh, today I'm going to go shopping. But I like to plan my week to where I can take off and leave for at least one whole day. And often I actually leave the house probably every other day. Sometimes it's literally every day in the entire week. But I like to not plan that I'm going to have to work every day at home or whatever, so that I can leave and my work doesn't like not get done. So plan out your week. You have a planner or whatever, and just kind of write down a couple things that you want to do each day or that you want to get done like that week. You can even just write it in the one section, and then each day you can be like, okay, I'm going to do these 2 things today or tomorrow, and then like that way you're getting it done at the beginning of the week and it doesn't all pile up. Because sometimes if we don't like make a conscious effort, we just go and like, oh, I'm gonna do laundry today because that's what needs to get done, and clean up. Well, then that goes by for a day or 2, and next thing you know, it's like getting close to the weekend, and suddenly you realize, oh, you have to host Sunday or whatever, and your house is a wreck and you never did any cleaning. If you really want to deep clean your house, maybe you can clean like 2 rooms every day of the week, and then it doesn't all pile up on you on Saturday. And I sometimes have let things pile up too much on the weekend, or like I ended up having some days where I was gone, then it did pile up. So that is why, to me, it's easier to start at the beginning of the week and get some of those big things done on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so you don't have to do all of that Friday and Saturday. The next thing that I like is having a morning routine. And this can look different for everyone, but for me, generally, it's get up, work out, and then have my devotions, do some stuff in the kitchen, like, often in the morning, what I like to do before I like get started on other projects, either start the laundry, if I'm doing laundry that day, and then like clean out the dishwasher and put any, like, if there's any dishes from breakfast. If I clean it out before breakfast, obviously there's no dishes, but if I clean it out like while the kids are eating breakfast, then I'll put those dishes in the dishwasher and start over. I often run my dishwasher during the night. It takes really long, so I run it during the night, and then in the mornings I clean it out and like start fresh that day. So having a morning routine with the children as well, and I'll probably be doing a more like extensive video on my morning routine in the future soon here, because I've had some requests for that. So you guys might see more about that in the future. Number 3 is, it kind of goes along with both of these, but that is a meal plan at the beginning of the week. Or you can meal plan whenever, like you can meal plan whatever day and meal plan for at least a week. I usually just do a week. Sometimes I do 2 weeks at a time, but generally I just do a week because I kind of know what's happening in that next week. If I do 2 weeks, I don't know, like, are we going to be gone some nights? In the next 2 weeks, it's kind of a long time for me. So I prefer to do a week at a time. And I usually do that Sundays as well. And I just kind of plan out like 5 or 6 meals. Because, sometimes we're gone one night or then we go out to eat. And that's okay. Those meals can just kind of roll over into the next week if we don't use them. But I like to plan it out so that I know, okay, tonight I have to get out chicken because I want to grill chicken tomorrow night, and I want to marinate it. I want to start marinating it today so it's ready for tomorrow, so I need to get it out today. Or like whatever you want to put in there. And then you can prep stuff ahead versus all of a sudden being like 4 o'clock and you don't know what you're having for supper. And to me, that can, like, if I'm busy Sundays, Mondays, whatever, all of a sudden it's Monday, I didn't meal plan, I'm stressing because I don't know what I'm having for supper, and to me that's just like an added stress that you don't need. You're too busy as a mom, or whatever you do in life, even if you're not a mom, you probably have other things you could be doing instead of stressing over what you're having for supper. I just find it so much, it's therapeutic for me to like sit down and like scroll Pinterest for meal ideas or look at some recipe books and just to like figure out what I want to have that week versus all of a sudden being almost supper time and not knowing. Like, to me, that's stressful, but if I meal plan ahead, it's fun. So that's something that I just literally cannot recommend enough. And then along with that, my husband is kind of a picky eater, I'll be honest. And he's like, there are certain things that I love that he doesn't like. Like I grew up with we lived in Honduras, and so like I feel like my taste buds are more like, I like a lot of random things, and I like trying new things. So, he's a little less diverse in his taste, like the things he likes to eat, than I am, and that's totally okay. But it means that sometimes if I want to try new things, I need to, or if I want to make something that I love, maybe not, if it's something he doesn't like, I don't like to make it for supper. I'd rather make it like, or incorporate it, if you do make it, incorporate it into a meal another meal that he loves and he has plenty of. And then maybe, if you have one side dish that he doesn't completely love, that's one thing. But for the most part, I try to make a good, solid meal that I know my husband loves for supper. To me, like, that is like one of the least things I can do for my husband as a wife that, wants to take care of him and that, like, I want him to, like, come home to something good. And, like, the least I can do is make him a good cooked meal that he loves. And I know sometimes there's stages in life where, like, it's not always possible to do that. And I know everyone's homes and everyone's dynamics are different, but this is something, to me, generally as a stay-at-home mom, I do have some work, I do some work, I have some side hustles, but I am still like the stay-at-home mom, and my husband has his own business, so to me, it's very important to do that for him. And so the next one I have is going, like, during the day to take the children outside and give them, like, sometimes we don't go, like, outside and play at home because maybe we're leaving for the day and we leave and then they get, like, fresh air, like, whatever we're doing, they'll probably get some time outside. But if we're at home, I like to take them out or let them play outside for at least an hour every day if I can. And sometimes, like, maybe I will take my computer outside and work on my computer while they're playing and just watch them so that I can, keep an eye on them, but they can be playing outside. Sometimes I take, like, yesterday I took my sewing outside. I just do things where I try to make it work for me to, like, even if I have a lot of work, some of that stuff can be done outside. Just because I feel like they do so much better, and it's so good for children to be outside, especially in the summer like this. The weather is beautiful, and some places y'all might not all live in the same area that I am. So, like, if you live in Florida, I know in Florida it was sometimes like you went out in the morning and then that was it because it would get too hot in the afternoons. So I get that. But just spending some time outside and letting them like that stimulation of being outside is so good for kids. So I guess that is a really good thing that I don't want to do without. And what number are we on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5, I believe. Never, when you go on errands, this is my mantra, never leave the house messy. And I'm not saying I never have, but if I go out the door and I leave for the day and I'm gone, I like to know that when I get home, my house is, like, cleaned up. Like, I don't have to go home and do a bunch of cleaning in my house just in order to, like, go to bed or whatever. Like, I like to know that my house is clean. And it's kind of like my same theory with some other things. Like, I can have a better day or something. Like, I can think better if I know that my house is clean. But just pick up the toys, just do like a quick, it doesn't have to be like, oh, the floors have to all be swept, but just do like a quick pickup. I like to go through like each room, and sometimes the kids' room, like the toy room, I'm not talking about that, like that's back in their room, and I don't always see some of the toys, but like the whole main area of the house, like the living room, kitchen, dining room, I like to just do a walkthrough and just pick up any toys or anything that is just, you know, out of place. I like to put the couch pillows in place and just like have a generally cleaned up house where if you'd be coming home and a friend would want to come over and they would be coming at the same time you are, you wouldn't have to feel frantic because you would know that your house is cleaned up. So that's what I like to do. Not for everyone. I know I was having this conversation with a friend lately, and she's like, she just leaves. She's like, it doesn't matter how the house is, because like you're not home anyway. And I completely understand that works better for some people. That's totally okay. For me, this works. This is what works for me, and this is like what how I like to do it. And then number 6. Sorry, this is a lot of cleaning. Every night before I go to bed, it is very important to me to like have my kitchen counters like cleared. So before I go to bed, we generally like all the dishes are either in the dishwasher, whatever doesn't fit in the dishwasher we wash, and like that there's no dirty dishes on the counter when I go to bed. There have been a couple times since we've been married, there have been a couple times when there's been dirty dishes on the counter. Like after a party, it was super late or something like that. But as a rule, I like to wash everything up, or my husband, whatever, one of us, we make sure there's no dirty dishes on the counter, and just like the counters just need to be cleared, except for like if you have like decor on them, I'm not talking about that. Just like anything else, like I just clear my counters. I feel like it's such a refreshing thing to wake up in the morning and come down to your kitchen, and it's like, you come, whatever, your living room, wherever you come get out of your room, you come out, and you have like a cleaned up space, and you just feel like a fresh new day, fresh, like clean everything, and to me, it's just like it's such a good feeling. So I love that for us, and my husband loves it as well. He didn't really think about it that much when we first got married, that I would always clean up the kitchen super well, like before going to bed. I didn't want to leave anything on the counters, and now he's the same way, and he's like, he'll like help me clean it up sometimes and stuff. So yeah, that is what I like to do. And the next tip kind of goes along with that, and that is have an evening routine. This is more geared for like children. I guess if you don't have children, it's probably not that huge of a deal whether you have an evening routine, but having an evening routine with children is to me also very important, because children do really well with stability and routines. If they know what's happening, they know what to expect. It's not like every night is something different, or some nights we go to sleep on the bed, and some nights we don't go to bed till like whatever time. For us, having a routine, we love that, and so generally they go to bed around the same time every night. And before that, we do we have like devotions with them, and we sing songs, and we have a whole routine. And I could maybe do a video on that as well, but I'm not gonna like go into every detail. And my children are awake, so I'm gonna have to run. And my final point, I'm not even sure how many points we're in right now, but my final point is, I'm not sure where I saw this. I didn't think this up myself. I saw somebody else had done it. I don't know, was it on a YouTube video that I had watched or what? And it was a while ago. But I decided to ask my husband this was not recently, like I said, it was a while ago. I decided to ask my husband what is the most important thing to him when he comes home from work. Like, what is the biggest thing that makes him feel like relaxed, or like what can I do, or like what's more important to him. As a mom, sometimes we can't have like the house clean and everything done and a perfectly amazing meal. Like, what's the most important thing if I'm sick or the kids are sick and, you know, it's been a really, really hard day? What's the most important thing to you to have done when you get home? And so for my husband, he said he likes when the kitchen is like not a big wreck. Like, he likes when it's kind of relatively cleaned up, at least, because that's like the kitchen's like what you see when you come in the house. It's when it's cleaned up just as much as I do. So your husband, you know, it might be a home cooked meal. I asked him, like, is it like a good meal? And he said, well, you always cook, so that's not like, you always cook a good meal. So like, that to him wasn't like an important thing to say. But I just asked him, like, what's the most important thing to you that I can do each and every day? Like, first of all, before anything else, like, this is more important. Like, this makes you feel like good coming home, or this makes you feel welcome coming home, or yeah. So I guess ask your husband what that is if you want, and see what he says. It might surprise you, because it kind of surprised me when I asked my husband what his was, honestly. But yeah, that's just one tip I have, and about like trying to make so that he feels welcome coming home and has a good like atmosphere. So that is all of the tips I have for today. I have possibly have another video coming of things that I like to use in the house that make life easier, just like gadgets or things that I like to have. I don't know, let me know, what kind of videos would you like to watch? What kind of videos do you enjoy the most? And yeah, let me know, did you enjoy this video? Do you have any tips to add? Like I said, I'm very much by no means an expert. I do not have it all figured out. This is just some things that help us to stay on top of things and to do a better job of, like, for me to keep my work done, and some of these things are definitely make my life easier. So if that can help any of you guys, then I'm happy. Also, I would love to hear from you all what you have found, things that you have found that work for you guys, and how you do it. So this is 1 year ago when we got possession of the place. This is how it looked. We just didn't know what to do upstairs, because everything we tried to put up there either didn't fit, or just there's a lot of stuff that needed to be repaired. There was holes in the walls. There was just things that just did not look good. The windows still need to be repaired, but I will show you a video of it now. And as I will be saying in that video, we're definitely far from done, but it is a work in progress, and we are happy with what we've got done so far. It isn't done, but we have so many projects around here that we're working on. So this is our new bedroom space. It's like very open up here, as you can see. I off-centered the pillow just for you guys, so anybody that's OCD can get stressed out right now. Ha ha ha. And then here, I have these nightstands that I got on Amazon, and I put them together, and they're so cute. And yes, we don't have baseboard yet. Down there, we don't have trim in here. We have things like this happening. So yeah, super fun. Here, I just have a cute little alarm clock and a candlestick, and I'm not sure that I'm done decorating this, but I just like popped it there because I wanted something there. And then over here in Larian's nightstand, I just have a lamp and his charging port for his phone, and at least it looks good together. So there's that. I want to tell me, how do you guys feel about duvets? I want, like, this whole operation, like, I need a new either comfort or duvet or something. So how do you guys feel about duvets? I'd like something black, maybe, and then black, and then maybe like some tans or like beige. Like, literally, I feel like this could have so much potential, but I don't want to invest until I know it's what I want. So kind of waiting for that. And then over here is just our one dresser from downstairs. It is not decorated. It's just there's some stuff put up there that I didn't have any other place for. And there is the air conditioner, and I need to figure out what to do with that cord. And as far as this, we're gonna get a new window. So then we'll have new trim for that. And the curtain is black because I'm kind of trying to go with black accents. And maybe I might even eventually do some black walls up here. But for right now, we're just doing some black accents and like wood stuff. Okay, now turning, here is a stairway that goes downstairs. And so over here, like this is like a big empty space here. And then we're gonna put another desk here as well, so that we each have a desk space and all that. And we might put some filing cabinets. I'm not sure how it's all gonna go, but this is what's here right now. And turn the light on here so you can have some better lighting. So here's what we have right now. Also, not like fully done decorating here. Yes, there's a mess I did not put away for you guys, so you're welcome for seeing the real stuff happening. I'll be honest, there was something down there and I picked it up, so you're welcome for that too. And then here is like far from perfect, but I love it. Like this is our closet. There's gonna be a door in there then, but it's just not finished. So walk in, this is Larian's side. Boots, shoes, shirts, blah, blah, blah. We might put another rod down there. We'll see once. Back here is a corner where it's going to be perfect for totes. Right now, there's a heater back there that we're not using. We checked the big black and yellow totes fit back there, so that's awesome. We can maybe put like stuff like clothes that are out of season back there. And then here, we just have these totes from Menards. They were like $4 or $5 a piece, so like the cheapest totes pretty much you can find. All this shelving comes from Menards. It's called shelving. You just buy it, bring it home, cut it, put it together. It's like super easy. And then this like was not how we had planned it when we like were in our minds, like how we had figured it out. We got home, we had to change a couple things up because it was a little tighter than we thought. So not like we planned, but it works. And then this is my side. Have shelf up there. Also like just appreciate the clutter because I did that specifically for y'all. I actually kind of color coordinated my clothes here, so yeah, that's cool. And then down here I have like jackets and sweaters and stuff. Some of this needs to go into storage because it's like more wintry. That way I can pull it out this fall and feel like I have new clothes. And then down here I have like shoes and a shelf there for more shoes. But my dresses come down pretty low, so I don't have like a ton of space down there for stuff, but like I can put shoes down there. And then I have like that space I can fill up. We can fill up that if we need to. These aren't all full. That's not all full. That's not full. So yeah. We have plenty of space to fill up if we need it yet. And then this is the doorway to the bathroom. We will encase that in then eventually, but here we are. Here is the bathtub. And this bathtub, I'm not kidding, is way bigger than it looks. Like, it is such a big bathtub. And I just wish so much for like a window or a skylight here. Something to let some light in. I can just picture like a pretty plant with a window and like a super cute like bath board, but I haven't found one yet. That was in my price range, so I don't have one, but I want to get like one of those wooden boards to put across the bathtub, take long relaxing soaks. And then here we have like just two little hooks for that, and then the commode obviously. And this is a lamp I just have up here right now because we don't have lights above the sink. And yes, I know, like, this really bugged me for a long time because it's like so off-centered, and this hole needs to be patched, and the electrical work needs to be done. We need to put a light in right here. We actually have two lights. We're gonna hang one on the side and one up here, and it's gonna hopefully it won't look too bad. I really love this vanity, and then the top is just a super pretty white. And I wish the lighting would be better because it actually does look really pretty in here, but it looks kind of pathetic with that gaping hole. and with it being so poorly lit, so we're going with, yes, black accents, like I said, and some wood. This is just a cute little thing. My soap, like nothing is decorated up here really, as you can tell, but yeah. And then over here is the shower, and I'm just not gonna open that door because it is not, like, it's completely gutted. It's not started at all. And then back there is that other dead space. We really struggle with these walls, like, because the ceiling comes down and there's a very limited amount of things that we can do back here. Like, it is just so, like, if I walk over here, like, I'll bump my head. If I walk another corner, so, like, it's very limited. So we had to find a way to work around it. There's just nothing we could really do about it. So, yeah, we were gonna try to make a nice cozy, like, upstairs bed master suite out of it, and I think it will, once we're done, it will be really pretty, but it can be a little bit of a struggle sometimes to try to, like, figure out how to make everything work and fit and look good all at the same time. So yeah, this is the upstairs. It's at least more, like, it fits us better than it did before, for sure. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how it will turn out. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any other questions, let me know. Drop them in the comments. If you have any other questions for me, if you want me to do like a Q&A, drop those in the comments as well. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.